Hi everyone. In our English class today, we are going to be talking about other ways to say no. I believe this is an important lesson for people who are just learning English. Not only so that you can have new ways to say no to people when they ask you to do something, but also so that you will be able to understand people when they use different ways of saying no. You know, a lot of these phrases or words that people use to say no are a little bit like idioms and are difficult to translate literally. And so you almost have to learn what some of these phrases mean and that they actually do mean a different way of saying no. And so if you are serious about becoming fluent in English, this is a good lesson for you to maybe watch several times so that you can learn all of the different ways to say no. Before we get started on our lesson today, I wanted to let you know that this will probably be one of the last English-only lessons that I will be posting here to TK's channel. Many of you know that I've started my own channel, Study English with Frank, and we're kind of separating the two so that those who are coming from other languages will be able to feel like they have their own channel and not be distracted by many of the Vietnamese lessons that are at TK's channel. And so if you are enjoying these English-only lessons and you want to discover them each time I release them, it's important for you to go over to my channel and subscribe there. And once you are subscribed over there, then each time I release a new English-only lesson, it's going to show up in your YouTube feed of videos. So I'm going to put a link in the description below here, and all you have to do is click on that link and it'll take you to my channel, and just go ahead and subscribe, and that way you will be notified each time I release a new lesson. Now, of course, I'll still be helping TK. I'll be doing the Practice with Frank sections that we normally do. But for those English-only videos, you need to come over to my channel and subscribe over there. So I hope to see you over there. I'm excited to see the channel grow. So please come over and sign up and let your friends know about this new channel at YouTube. See you over there. Of course, everybody knows how to say no. It's one of the very first words that people learn when they're learning English. No. And it's an important word to learn. But did you know that there are over 100 ways that English-speaking people say no? Let's learn some of the more common ways. Have you ever heard someone say, nah? Nah. What does it mean? Do you want to watch some TV? Nah. Nah. It's another way of saying no. Would you like to play some cards? Nope. Nope. Have you ever asked someone a question and they just replied, sorry? Sorry? You might wonder, what are they talking about? Sorry. Well, it just happens to be in this context when someone's asked somebody if they're interested in, going downtown this evening, and they reply, sorry, what they're really saying is no. It's really just a short way of saying, sorry, I can't, or sorry, I'm not able to join you. But they've just shortened it down to the one word, sorry, Sorry. And it's usually said with some body language. Sorry. Sorry. In fact, many of the phrases that we will learn today are often accompanied with the body language of the head moving from side to side. Maybe even a look of sadness or regret. Sorry. Sorry. Someone might say, no way. No way. Or, there's no way. There's no way. Or if they're wanting to even be more emphatic, they might say, there's just no way. No, there's just no way. If your friend is Australian, it might come out something like this. There's just no why. There's just no why. This can mean no in a strong way with emphasis, or it may mean, I wish I could say yes, but I just can't right now. There's no way that I have time to do that right now. And to be able to tell the difference, it's good to watch the body language. And that will give you a clue as to what they mean when they say there's no way. There's no way that they would ever think of doing that, or there's just no way they have time to do that right now. Now, this can come with some very interesting twists or add-ons. People might say, no way, Jose. No way, Jose. And you might wonder, well, who's Jose? And what does he have to do with anything? I'm not Jose. Why are you saying no way, Jose? My name is something else. Well, if you hear someone say that, Jose is not really anybody. It's just a way to make the whole phrase rhyme so that they can lighten the mood of the fact that they're having to say no in their answer. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. Can't do it. They might say, no way can do. No way can do. And that might leave you a little bit confused. Are they saying that they can do it? No way can do? Or that they can't do it? No way. Well, what they're saying is they cannot. It's just a kind of a short way of saying there's no way that I can do that right now. There's no way that I can do that right now. No way can do. What do you think someone means when they say, not now? Not now. Is it a yes? Is it a no? Is it a maybe? Not now. Well, it just most likely means that your friend is okay with your idea or suggestion in principle, but she can't do it right now. And it leaves the window open for you to check again with her later, or suggest perhaps another time. Let's think of some polite ways to say no. A lot of time you need to say no because of your schedule, because of a previous commitment, or because of your priorities to spend time with your family and loved ones, your children. But you don't want to be rude. You want to be polite. So here are some polite ways that you can say no. No thanks. No thanks. You're thanking them that they thought of you, they asked you, but you have to say no. No, but thanks. No, but thanks. No thanks. I have another commitment. No thanks. I have another commitment. You're letting them know politely that the only reason you're saying no is because you've got something else that you need to go to. Here's one you can try, or even if you don't try it yourself, you should know. Sorry, I'm all booked up. Sorry, I'm all booked up. And the first time you hear that, you might wonder, well, what do books have to do with anything? Why are you booked up? What does it mean? It simply means that in their schedule calendar that they have either on their desk or maybe on their computer, they have so many things that they have to do today that they have booked in. Their schedule is so tight with so many activities, they just don't have the time to include one more thing. Someone might say, sorry, I'm slammed. Slammed? Are you okay, you might ask? What it really means is they've got so many things happening right now in their life, or in their workplace, or in their home life. They just got so many things on the go right now. They just can't accept one more thing. They're just too busy. You think of a waitress who might be working on her own. She's the only one in the restaurant because there aren't that many people coming in today. And then all of a sudden, a baseball game is over and, she has 30 people. And she has to try and wait tables with 30 different people. And so she might call up her friend and say, can you please come over and help me? I'm slammed. It just means that all of a sudden she's so busy that she needs help, or she wouldn't have time to do anything else. She's slammed. And so you might try that sometime. Sorry, would like to, but I'm slammed. No, thank you, you might say. No, thank you. Very polite. Here's a fun one. Thanks, but no thanks. You're being a little bit clever with your words. You're repeating thanks. It's kind of fun, but it gets the message across in a very polite way. Thanks, but no thanks. Thanks for thinking of me, but I need to decline your offer today. Thanks for thinking of me, but I need to decline your offer today. You might say, unfortunately, no. It means that you'd like to, but your circumstances are such that you're not able to say yes right now. You'd like to, but unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, I cannot. Unfortunately, I cannot. You might say, I'm honored that you asked, but I can't. When you say that, you're sending the message that you feel special because they asked you to join them. It makes you feel good that you thought of them. I'm honored that you asked, but I can't. You might say, I would like to, but I'm afraid that I don't have time today. Very polite. I would like to, but I'm afraid I don't have time today. Or a shorter way of saying that would be, Not today, thanks. Not today, thanks. I wish that I could, but I can't. I wish that I could, but I can't. Sounds great, but I can't get away. Sounds wonderful, but I'm sorry, I can't get away. Very polite. I'm sorry, I can't get away. I would love to, but I can't. I would love to, but I can't. I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid I can't. Or, I'm afraid I won't be able to. I'm afraid I won't be able to. Maybe another time. Maybe another time. Sadly, I have too much on the go. Sadly, I have too much on the go. Now, there might be times when you want to let people know that you're really not interested in the offer, and that you will likely never be interested in doing that type of activity that they're suggesting. And so if you want to avoid the situation where they keep asking you once or twice a week the same thing, you might phrase your no in such a way to give them the message that you're really not interested in that activity. If someone asks you to do something, you might, if you're really not interested, you might say, certainly not. Certainly not. Or absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Here's a fun one. You might hear somebody say, not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. And the first time you hear that, you might, wonder, what does hell have to do with it? And why isn't there any chances? Or why? I don't understand. It's really just a shortened version of the phrase that says, not a snowball's chance in hell. And you probably know that a snowball won't last very long in a fire. If you throw a snowball into the fireplace, it doesn't have a chance. It's not going to last. It's just going to turn into water. So there's no chance that a snowball would last very long in hell. And so what they're saying is there's not a snowball's chance in hell that I would be interested in doing that. It's quite a strong statement to make. But if you hear somebody saying that, now you know what they mean. They're just really, really not interested. There wouldn't be a chance that they would ever be interested in that type of thing or doing that type of thing. But if you don't want to be quite so dramatic, you might just simply say, no, that's not my thing. No, that's not my thing. A bit more emphatic would be, I'm not the least bit interested. I'm not the least bit interested. You might say, count me out. Count me out. You go ahead. You guys have a lot of fun, but count me out. I don't want to join your activity. Here's a fun one. You've probably heard some people say, I wouldn't be caught dead doing that. I wouldn't be caught dead doing that. And what it really means is kind of like an idiom. What it means is it's a type of activity that they would be embarrassed if they were to die doing that activity, all of their friends and family and loved ones would know that they were doing that because, well, they died while they were doing it, and they were caught dead doing that activity. And so they might say, I wouldn't be caught dead doing that. It means that they're really not interested in joining your activity. As we finish up this lesson, we should also talk a little bit about the non-verbal way to say no. Of course, this is almost universal around the world. In almost every country that I've visited, you can let people know that you don't want to do something just by shaking your head back and forth. There are a couple of countries that I have visited where it's not quite so clear with the head motion. I'm thinking of Nepal, especially in the southern part of Nepal, also India, where when people are talking, they're kind of making this kind of head motion. And you don't really know whether they're saying yes or agreeing with you or they're saying no. You have to catch on. You have to be there a little bit and understand the context as to know whether they are saying yes or no. There's some sounds that people can make when they're saying no. If you hear somebody say, uh-uh, 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 and if they're not shaking their head to help you clue in to what they're saying and you don't know about this sound, you might wonder, well, what are they saying? Uh-uh, uh-uh, uh-uh. Well, that sound in English, in most countries at least, means no. Uh-uh, uh-uh, uh-uh. And it's important to learn that because there's a sound that's very close to it that means yes. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. That's yes. Whereas uh-uh, uh-uh, uh-uh. All of those mean no. Uh-huh, yes, uh-uh, no. Now there's another one that you should know. Lips closed. Mm-mm. 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 That's no. But it's very close to the yes sound in English. Mm-hmm. 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 That's yes. It's a very subtle difference. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-mm. No. So it's very good to learn the difference there. And you might want to practice with your friends. Find someone who's a native English speaker and practice your mm-hms. All right, well, that's our lesson for today, the different ways that you can say no. If you know of one, you think of one that I missed, please let us know in the comments below. Type in the phrase of how to say no that I missed. If you enjoyed this lesson, I invite you to share it with your friends. Give it a like. Every time someone hits the like, it helps us as we are trying to get this YouTube channel off the ground. And if you haven't yet done so, I invite you to subscribe. And that way, each time we release a new lesson, you'll be notified. So we're looking forward to see you next time here at Study English with Frank. So long for now.